We're joined by Florida Atlantic University head baseball coach John McCormack after the team completed fall workouts. And coach, what were your overall thoughts on the team?
Well, good morning, Dale. I thought it was a good fall. We were able to answer some questions. Some other questions arose, but overall, I thought it was a good fall. We started, in late August, and we finished up yesterday. I thought the guys played hard. We learned a lot. We learned a lot about ourselves. We learned a lot about the team. But overall, I give us a solid B+.
All right. You were able to play a couple of exhibition games and play against live hitters and live pitching during the fall. Can you just talk about those games in particular?
Well, we were. This year we played 2 exhibition games, one against the Ontario Blue Jays and the other one against the Canadian National Junior team. And that was yesterday. But it's always good to play outside competition. Inter squads during the fall sometimes have a tendency to drag a little bit, despite you try to get the players going. Hey, the losers have to clean up. The winners get this. But it's really nice to see your guys play against outside competition. And in those games, I thought we did really well. We beat the Ontario Blue Jays, I want to say 12-1 or 12-2, and then yesterday we were able to score some runs. We won 21-1. But we pitched well in those games. We played good defense, and of course we swung the bat. And it was good for guys, especially the young guys, to play against somebody else because in baseball we don't have preseason. It's first game. You're on stage, and let's go.
Who were some of the players that really shined in these exhibition games?
Well, in the first one, Alex Hudak, I think he had about 6 or 7 RBIs, and everybody pitched well. We had a number of guys just throw one inning. And then yesterday, Kyle Newton, I think, he had a 3-run homer. I think he had about 5 or 6 RBIs. So those 2 guys in those games, those come to mind. But everybody, when you win the way we won, I think everybody chipped in and helped out.
Got a lot of new, fresh faces that the fans will see next spring. Can you talk about how they have adapted to what you want and the coaching staff want in the fall?
Well, one guy, Kyle Newton, he'll be a fan favorite. He came here as a shortstop, and we've asked him to play third in the fall, and he's transitioned there really nicely. He swung the bat extremely well. He hits the ball hard, hits the ball well the other way. Good guy, has understand what we're trying to do here, has done well in school. He's been a very, very nice addition. And then, the 2 shortstops, the 2 freshman shortstops, Mitch Morales and Ricky Santiago, have played well as well. Those guys on the offensive side, those are 2 newcomers that, jump to mind. On the pitching side, Jeremy Strawn has thrown really well. Austin Gomber was having a very, very good fall. He's a freshman left-handed pitcher from Orlando. Julian Lorette DeMola comes to mind. Mike Silvestri. On the pitching side, I think we had about 4 or 5 new guys that the fans are really going to like.
This is the fall recap, and we're going to go down and give some players who shined in particular. Can you talk about who of the newcomers had the breakout fall?
Well, I think that out of the newcomers, Kyle Newton, his transition to third base and the way he swung the bat, certainly stood out. Another guy that had really opened our eyes is a guy named Mike Silvestri. He's from Fort Lauderdale, but was at St. Pete Community College. Both as a catcher and a pitcher, he's really, really kind of, more so on the pitching side. He's an electric guy. He throws hard, he's got a good breaking ball. This is the first time in his life that he spent a lot of time on pitching. Before he was a catcher and, oh, by the way, I pitch. We try to reverse a little bit. Hey, you're a pitcher, and still keep his hand in the catching, which was difficult. But I thought he's done well. Jeremy Strawn made a name for himself. I thought Austin Gomber and Julian Lorette DeMola, both young freshman guys, pitched very well this fall.
Of the returners, who had the best fall?
For the position players, I think it's a toss-up between Corey Keller and Jeff Jimenez. Both those guys, they started hitting the first day and they never stopped. Corey Keller especially, he's a guy that has played sparingly over the last 2 years, and he has had a very, very good fall. He'll probably play left field or DH, one of the two. And Jeff Jimenez, played a lot of defense and pinch running last year. I'm sure the guys remember. Not a big guy, but runs fast. But he's added about 15 pounds, 20 pounds. He's really swinging the bat well. He's those two guys on the position player side stood out. And then pitching wise, I would say a returner that stood out, Garden, Ahmed Garcia. There was a ton of guys that certainly did really well. Maybe Garden. Alvarez had a really, really good fall. His breaking ball he kind of changed more to a slider and got off the breaking ball a little bit. He had a really good fall. Overall, I thought it's hard to pick on the pitcher side because so many of those guys came back and had done well.
This team is new, got a lot of new faces. But for the returners, how much of a motivating factor is it that last year did not end the way they wanted to?
Well, I think so. I think that you're right. It is a motivating factor, whether they're new guys or returning guys. It didn't end certainly the way we wanted it to. We were in a really good position going into the second to last weekend of the year, and like you said, things did not go well. Had a big win against Miami down there, then turned around and beat FIU. Went to the conference tournament, really struggled. Lost that 14-inning game or 13-inning game, which kind of really put us in a funk for the remainder of the tournament. But the one thing we were talking about with the returning guys, there's a lot of returning guys on this team that were part-time players in 2010 when we won. And and my thing to them was, this is your time to get your own ring. This is your team. You guys all ascended from part-time players or backup players to full-time players. Let's see what you guys do. This is your team now. Those other guys have left. That was their team. This is your team. So they've seemed to have grasped that challenge a little bit and understood it. We only have 6 seniors, but they're all quality guys. Alex Hudak has done he comes to mind. He's done an unbelievable job leadership-wise this fall as a senior. So, and of course, Abby is Abby. He is the Energizer Bunny for the whole team. It's amazing that one guy has that much energy. Those two guys have really stepped up in leadership roles. But you're right. There is a motivation here that we need to get back into winning conference titles and regionals.
All right, head coach John McCormack, his fall thoughts, and the team will have a couple months off before they start the season at Alabama. Thank you, Coach.
You got it. Take care.